New at 11, a stench is in the air in Greensboro. People who are living in Irving Park, Revolution Mill, even as far as the Friendly Center area, reported a rotten smell.
But the city says it's sludge. WFMY News 2's Jessica Winters is live at the source of the smell at the end of 9th Street near North Buffalo Creek tonight.
So guys, it still smells like this combination of salt water and rotten eggs. So this is the old abandoned section of Cone Mill where there are several lagoons that crews dug up today for what the Greensboro Fire Department calls organic material. The city of Greensboro calls it sludge. Either way, everyone agrees the smell is bad.
It smells like poop, like just straight up poop.
Well, there you go. The smell drifted through the Greensboro air for miles.
It just smells like sewage that shouldn't be here.
The Greensboro Fire Department got many calls to investigate a stench at Revolution Mill.
It smelled like rotten ham to me.
But Revolution Mill wasn't the source. It was the abandoned section of Cone Mills where crews are digging up some smelly stuff.
Like septic tank, just gross.
The Greensboro Fire Department says it's organic material at the bottom of the lagoons.
I don't want to smell stuff like that every day. It was awful. It was really terrible.
According to the State Department of Environmental Quality, it's safe to breathe in, just not ideal.
I had the kids outside and I brought them in because it smelled so bad. I thought maybe there was something wrong.
The dug up sludge will be taken to farm fields in southern Rockingham and northern Guilford counties to be used as fertilizer.
The dog canister smells better than the air around here, which is bad.
And today's fog, I don't know if you noticed it this morning, but it did not help. It only intensified and even carried the stench throughout Greensboro. The Greensboro Fire Department says the state permit for digging up this sludge might last weeks, so this stench might be here for a bit, unfortunately.